Major issue on the campaign trail in Siouxland, at least for those running for Congress, is the federal farm bill.
A new farm bill is typically passed by Congress every 5 years. It expired in September. The U.S. House has already passed its version of the farm bill. U.S. Senator Mike Rounds of South Dakota says there's work to be done in the Senate. The Republican says lawmakers are getting close.
We think that the farm bill is basically ready to go. There's about a $20 billion difference between what Republicans in the Senate want to do and what Democrats in the Senate want to do. A lot of it's going to hinge on what they think the election outcome is going to be as to whether they try to renegotiate the bill before the end of the year or if they wait until after the new year and the new makeup of the legislative body in Washington.
Rounds believes the Senate should get it done this year. Congress returns to Washington November 12th after the general election.
It would be better if we get it this year, put it in, get it passed, and actually have something completed for the next 5 years, rather than waiting for another year with the questions that people have about upgrades in terms of commodity price support and so forth.
For more information on the farm bill, you can visit this story right now on KTIV.com.